Good morning, everyone. In this week's Torah portion, it discusses all the Jewish holidays. But right in the middle of the holidays, the Torah tells us about three forms of charity: leket, shikha, and peah. The Torah says that when the farmer would harvest his field, he must leave the corners of his field for the poor. In addition to that, the Torah tells us the laws of leket, that if when you're bringing your sheaves in, you drop one or two, you can't pick it up, you have to leave it for the poor. And finally, shikha, if you forget something behind, you forgot to collect it, you cannot go back to get it, you have to leave it for the poor. But the question is, why is it right in the middle of the laws of the holidays? And here we have an amazing Rashi. Rashi quotes the Medrash that a rabbi by the name of Rabbi Avdimi Rabbi Yossi says to teach us that one who takes care of the needs of the poor and provides the leket, shikha, and peah, the three forms of charity, it's as though they built the holy temple and brought all the offerings that were brought in the holy temple on all of the holidays. Because the mitzvah of charity is equivalent, as great as building the temple and bringing all the offerings to God, because the greatest offerings we can bring to God is what we give to the poor and needy. You know, in 1698, the Baal Shem Tov, master of a good name, who was the founder of all of Chassidism, was born in Ukraine. And he was born to his parents Eliezer and Sarah, who were childless for many years and prayed for a child. And Eliezer and Sarah, the parents of the Baal Shem Tov, were renowned for their hospitality. They would not only welcome everyone into their home who needed a place to eat, but when they sent them off with food for the journey. And one time on Shabbat, a man rode up on a horse, wasn't keeping Shabbat, but he came and knocked on the door and said, "I want to eat. Can you give me to eat?" And without any judgment, they welcomed him and fed him and took care of him the whole Shabbat. And after Shabbat, they sent him off with an abundance of food. And at that point, the man turned to him and said, "I am an angel. I'm Elijah the prophet. I was sent here to see how you would treat me, even though I came in the middle of Shabbat on my horse with my walking stick and my money pouch. But you treated me warmly and fed me and took care of me, and now you're sending me off with such good food. God has seen your generosity and will bless you with a child who will light up the world." And indeed, they were blessed the next year with Rabbi Israel. They named their child Israel, became Israel Baal Shem Tov, the founder of the Chassidic movement that lives on today through all of the Chassidic dynasties, which spread the light, the warmth, and the love of Torah in every single Jew through the teachings of Chassidut, Jewish philosophy and mysticism. And all of that came about through the kindness of the parents of the Baal Shem Tov. As it says in this week's parsha, right in the middle of the holidays, the greatest holiday, the greatest celebration, the greatest offerings to God, the greatest sacrifices, building the temple itself, is all equivalent to taking care of the needs of the poor and giving charity. Have a wonderful day.